Office. The action continues, and it's all brought to you by Matchroom Boxing. This contest presented in association with Team Sauerland, with sponsorship by William Hill, along with JD Sports, StubHub, and Texo Scaffolding. Sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge, Charles Giles. The WBA supervisor, Robert Smith. The three judges assigned: Howard Foster from the United Kingdom. Also from the United Kingdom, Dave Paris. And from Poland, Grzegorz Molenda. When the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Terry O'Connor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA International Super-Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's the champion, wearing black trimmed with red, officially weighing in 11 stone, 13 pounds, 8 ounces. Former British and Commonwealth champion, now the reigning defending WBA International Smith, London, England, St. George. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trimmed with red and blue, officially weighing in at 11 stone, 13 pounds, 12 ounces. An excellent record, standing at 33 victories, including 16 wins by knockout, with 3 defeats and 1 draw. He's the former WBA Intercontinental Champion and former WBA Interim World Champion. Tonight, he's the challenger from St. Helens, Merseyside, England, Martin.
Folks, you're welcome to the change room. You know what I expect. Shake hands, best of luck to both. God bless you both.
So much tension in the air. Two very, very quiet dress in the countdown to this one. George Groves here, the Londoner. Martin Murray from St. Helens. Both of them know tonight their careers are on the line. A fight neither man can afford to lose. Groves in the black trunks, Murray in the white with the blue and red trim. Groves, the good starter, looking to try and find his range here early, looking to try and get that jab going.
Yeah, I think that's the key to the plan of Groves, is get the jab working, keep Murray at long range. Murray's fairly basic in his style. The high guard just rumbles forward, tries to get close to get some body shots and short hooks off. So going to keep him.
Early days here, but we're so used to seeing Murray coming forward. Very much a front foot fighter, Martin. He spent the first minute of this fight. We'll see if he can draw Groves on. Nice body shot, lovely whipped body shot there from Groves.
Well, Groves stepped right out to the sound of the bell and claimed the centre of the ring, made his intentions pretty clear. So he wants Murray on the back foot. Good positive start from Groves.
You made a good point in the build-up to this one, Jim, that one of the keys for Martin Murray to have success tonight is to take something out of the Groves tank in the first half of the fight. The feeling is, from all the experts ringside, that Groves will dominate the early rounds, and that if Murray's to have a chance, it will be in the later rounds if Groves were to fade. Well, talking to Martin in the week, he was saying the game plan is I've got to go toe-to-toe with him early, and I can't fall too far behind, and I've got to try and take something out of him myself. Without taking any risks, of course. There is a lot of respect for the power and the timing and the accuracy of that Groves right hand, which is a serious weapon.
Yeah, if he allows Grove to control the pace in the early stages and build up an early lead and still have plenty in the tank, then it's pretty certain that Groves will hang on in the second half and go home the winner here. So it really has to make an early impression. Probably going to have to take some chances. You know, it's a quiet opening round from Murray, nothing wrong with that. But he's going going to have to take some chances and commit himself a little bit more.
Always has that good, strong, high guard, Martin Murray.
Groves is as well, so I mean, if he can get close and land a couple of shots, he will get a reaction from Groves. He doesn't have the cool head that the fighters require. He can lose that coolness. But, you know, Murray's doing it in the opening round here, you know, standing off. Can't afford to do that in too many of the rounds.
William Hill.
Event to come, of course. Anthony Joshua and Dominic Brazil. And here we are backstage in the Joshua dressing room. He's got the selfie camera, and they can see him on the big screens in the arena, and you can hear the reaction. Before we see AJ and Dominic Brazil, what a mouth-watering fight we've got here. George Groves and Martin Murray battling it out in a WBA super middleweight eliminator. Two men that have been defined by how close they've come in world title fights, only to fall short. Which one of them will get another shot?
Well, Groves, I'm sure, will be quite happy to get some rounds in the bank without overly exerting himself, and that's what's happening at the moment. You know, even if the jabs are being blocked or partially blocked, Martin Murray is not coming back with enough, and he's not taking the chances that are going to be required, certainly not this early.
It's certainly a very different looking Martin Murray to what we've been used to. Much cagier. A lot of movement from Murray, and a lot of it backwards.
I mean, the feeling is that he lost the Felix Sturm fight because of the slow start. So you've got to learn from things like that. In 12 rounders, it's not the old 15 rounders. You can't afford to give the other fellow a start.
And he's not giving Groves too many openings either. A lot of feinting from Groves. And as you say, you know, a little raid from Murray and then getting out of range, but clearly underside moves with a good.
Murray at least taking a couple of chances there. No, but I think at the moment it's Groves' kind of fight. This is not the kind of fight that Murray wants. Murray's the physical, naturally strong guy, naturally tough guy who can afford to take chances with the solid chin he has. So no, this is more Groves' type of thing.
Well, if Groves feels comfortable in there, he beats you. And he's looking very relaxed.
See, Murray might feel, Nick, that he's not losing because he's blocking a lot of the jabs, but when you're not doing anything back, and if the punches are landing on the forehead, you know, through your guard, and they're still point scoring, so you have to be, with this style, you have to make it clear to the judges that you're busy in between times.
Well, both of them struggling with range. And again, it's the neater work is coming from Groves here.
Yeah, the reflexes were impressive there from Groves, you know, slipped back on his feet and then little double combination. Pushing with it, getting a little bit rough up close there, yeah. The referee spotted that.
William Hill sponsors Joshua versus Brazil on
Castlebank. More muted reaction. It's very interesting between fights. Jim, they read out a roll call of people who were here. Must have been 20 names, 25 names. The biggest cheer of all of them was for Frank Bruno. Loved and admired by the British public, not just boxing fans. Round 3 of this one then. And Murray, you sense, is the guy that's got to try and make something a little different happen here. As Groves is just pecking away, as it's showing good speed. Murray looking to attack the body.
The tempo's wrong for Martin Murray at the moment. He has to make it hot for Groves. He's allowing Groves to box at this nice little steady pace. He's not taking anything out of the tank. not doing enough to win the round. See this with the tight guard. But I mean, unless you're coming back with something, then the judges are entitled to think that the punches are partially getting through the guard. No, you should be blocking punches away from the head. Now he's looking too negative at the moment, Murray. I can't work out what the plan is that he's gone in there with. Groves looking quick and relaxed, isn't he?
It's a clever little counter that he just landed. Like I said earlier, Jim, when Groves is comfortable, there's not many will beat him.
Murray's struggling to get close.
That was a bit better. Digging in the body shot there. A lot of talk from the Groves camp that Murray is not a good inside fighter. He, of course, will disagree. But yeah, as you say, Jim, it's Murray that needs to get the engine running. You think back to that fight at super bantamweight a few months ago. Scott Quigg taking so long to get going against Carl Frampton, cost him the fight.
Yeah, and Murray can afford to trade punches. I mean, he's solid as a rock, you know, a real solid chin. He can afford to take punches to land his own. But, you know, he's trying to do it the smart way, land punches without getting hit. Fine if you can do it. But if that's not working, then do something else.
And Groves with those long levers as well. Again, just continuing to just pick some very nice shots, but now Murray is starting to turn the heat up a little bit and get close and engage. And as you said earlier, if they want to exploit this supposed weakness of Groves, that he can't do 12 rounds, he's going to have to take something out of the tank in the early rounds.
The heads came together there.
And a clever little body shot from Groves.
He's boxing well, Groves, isn't he? No, very clever, good concentration, smart stuff. Certainly not explosive.
To happen. Groves is the guy that seems to be just able to make things happen when he needs to.
Yeah, you know, Groves is looking very relaxed, so the, you know, his reflexes are bang on, good little counter punches. I just feel Mark Murray has to declare war here, make it really tough for Groves, but he's trying to outbox him, and I don't know if that's his strong point. That's better, good solid jab there from Murray. You know, he has to move in behind, he has to put punches together and control the tempo, take the temps to do it.
Being so high are affecting these two as well. You know, you can't take a risk in this fight, you cannot get it wrong.
Well, to be honest, I mean, that has been Groves' style. We remember him for the first 6 rounds of the first Scottish fight.
Now
this is better, this is much better.
Putting the pressure on Groves in the neutral corner, and then Terry O'Connor breaks him up. They were telling off for use of the head, and Murray wasn't too happy with that.
Well, at least we're seeing a sign of anger from Murray. That's a plus.
And Groves didn't look too comfortable in that exchange either. Missing there as well. Groves got tagged with a right hand. Murray nailing Groves there. This is better stuff from Murray. The tempo has gone up significantly here.
The cut.
Yeah, Groves cut to the side of the right eye.
There was a clash of heads earlier, but I didn't see any blood at that point, so I wonder if that was a punch that caused that.
Well, Terry O'Connor will tell the judges at ringside at the end of this round. But it's caught fire here in this 4th round, this fight. And it's Murray that's changed the tempo.
Rubbing the head in again, the referee's having a word with him, and Murray, that's a couple of times he's been warned about the head.
A lot of feinting, a lot of upper body movement from Groves. The gloves were low there, just tempting Murray in. He didn't want to take the bait though. But it's better. He's found a little bit of rhythm and momentum here, Murray.
I mean, this is what he has to do. He has to make it his kind. The fight for too long, it's been Groves' kind of fight. Certainly Murray is the one who's shown the improvement in this round. Still a close round, but you get the feeling he has landed the better punches.
Groves spin side, that's interesting. And again, Terry O'Connor gives him a telling off.
See, this is where he can exploit the hot head of Groves.
Well, this fight really just picked up. Watching them
come together, Groves was pushing them back, but that was just with the feet. Now, when they're getting together, Murray looks stronger.
Well, let's see if Murray can continue the momentum here in round 5, or whether Groves can settle things back down again. Interesting last round. But surely the blueprint is there for Murray. He'll have known what success he had. He made things a little bit hot for Groves in that last round. Worked to the body again.
Murray has to find out how much Groves fancies a real hard fight. You know, they've been knocked out a couple of times by Carl Froch. It must have an effect on you. So he has to turn this into a war. He started doing that in the previous round. He has to pick it up from there if he wants to win this. Groves has got the jab working again in this round.
Well, there is a school of thought that says this stamina issue, this so-called stamina issue for Groves, is a bit of a red herring. Remember when after he lost and was knocked out against Froch, he came back, won the European title against Christopher Rebrasse, the Frenchman, and Rebrasse may not be a big puncher, but he sets a very hot tempo from first bell to last, and Groves stuck with him and dug it out.
Groves is timing some nice counters at the moment again. He's on the front foot. I think this is the Murray. Well, it was important for Groves that he didn't allow Murray to build on the previous round, and I think he's doing his best. A good exchange there.
Yeah, and when they do tie up, when they do get close rather, Groves is very happy to tie up. A lot of work from Groves is getting blocked on that guard of Murray's. And the jab, which we thought might be a dominant force in this fight, whilst Groves is continuing to try and work at it. Oh, that was a clever right hand he landed there, Groves. But the jab is not a factor in this fight. It's not dominating.
It's just keeping Murray at arm's length. That's what it's doing. Murray with a tight defence. But Murray really has to be landing more punches. He's allowing Groves to look the busier, and these little clever counters that Groves is landing, you know, they stick in the judges' minds. He is boxing well in this round, Groves.
Yeah, it really is. That body shot when Murray just threw and missed was a beauty. And again, Groves has just slipped away from trouble again there. Back in control again here, Groves. Bit of body work as well. Just reached a bit with that right hand on the bell there, didn't he, Murray?
He's mentally switched off, all right? He's mentally switched off, he's prodding forward. Yeah, you just touch him, and you touch him, and you touch him. You go exactly where you want him.
Some good exchanges now in the fight. This is what we want to see. This is the kind of fight we expected to see. Now that's what Martin Murray shouldn't mind doing, exchanging punches, taking one to land one. He has to be more adventurous. This is Groves' kind of fight. Murray has to make it his kind of fight.
Here's the view from the sky bar in this wonderful arena for boxing. Anthony Joshua's second home, of course.
Round 6.
Joshua v Brazil to come after George Groves and Martin Murray have settled their differences. Felix Sturm, the WBA champion, has failed the drugs test. We await an outcome of whether the WBA will strip him. If they do, this fight will be for the number 2 spot with the WBA. Told quickly that trying to tie him up, and now Terry O'Connor has to just have a word to settle both of them down.
Yeah, I didn't spot too much that went wrong there, but there you go.
But Groves looked positive and settled once again.
Yeah, Murray should be the one on the front foot, but at the moment he's not.
The uppercut got through there again from Groves, and Murray just tries to tuck up, but he's taking punishment here. Now he moves off the ropes, but then he's back again. And looks like he's tempting Groves in. Good body work again from Groves.
I mean, Murray's not treating this as though it's a do-or-die effort in his career, really, is he? I mean, he must feel that he has to produce a little bit more than he's doing. He must know that.
Oh, that's better. Good combination from Murray. But Groves has taken it.
Yeah, and he's got to build on it. You know, he's got to pounce back on again.
Groves just keeping those long levers going, just looking to touch up.
Yeah, these punches are going right through Murray's defence. Couple of good responses from Murray, but I don't reckon he's doing enough at the moment. At least he's making Groves work at the pace he wants.
And will that pay a dividend later in the fight? That's the gamble.
Right hand from Groves.
Murray tried to land a big right of his own as well.
Well, Murray's the one backing off there. Well, he's really making Groves work. But I feel he should have been doing this right from the opening bell.
Bit of a deep breath there from Groves as we reach the halfway point in this 12-rounder. Well, we heard from Glenn McCrory earlier. Let's hear from Carl Froch now. He's with Ed.
Well, Carl, how are you analysing the fight so far?
I think George Groves is fighting a really good fight. He's boxing well, he's moving, he's firing quite fast combinations. Murray, I think if he wants to be successful in the job he's doing, he needs to back up.
He's lost 2 close decisions already. He wants to make sure it doesn't happen again. You know, he's boxing at a steady pace. Okay, some of the rounds you can pick who you like, but I just feel Groves is the one showing the good skills.
Good job defensively there from Groves, but Murray now is on the front foot, asking the questions, forcing the response from Groves. But Groves so far standing up to the pressure well, because Murray's just not throwing it up again. The head's getting dangerously close together.
Yeah, I think it's in my head at times. But there's a lot more urgency in what Murray's doing, but I'm not saying there's any more method. He's a little bit wild. He needs more method in what he's doing. This is the tempo, okay, but a bit more thought.
Yeah, he really loaded up with the right hand a few moments ago, didn't he? And Groves saw it. So that's a little bit better. And then Groves just trying to time up. In the build-up to this one, Murray was saying he's probably done more sparring for this fight than any other that he can remember. Had a whole variety of sparring partners. His good friend and stablemate Rocky Fielding did a lot to mirror George Groves, but he was in with Anthony Fowler, the wonderfully exciting amateur prospect, Luke Blackledge, Tom Doran, a lot of other guys as well, and now they really are starting to sit down on their punches, these two. Murray knows he's got to try and come up with something a little bit different here.
Yeah, there's a lot more urgency. A lot more urgency in that what Murray's doing, but not all that impressed, you know, as I say, with the method.
Right to the body and another right round the side of the guard from Groves, who's continuing to pick helpful shots. Murray digs in a left downstairs.
This is probably the toughest round of the fight to score so far, but a lot of good response from Groves.
Yeah, and Groves is really starting to dig these punches in.
He's
wobbling, he's got him in trouble here, Groves. Murray forced to hold on the bell. Oh, he looked a bit shaky there. Groves definitely nailed him. He's been digging in the last few seconds.
This guy's going to put him up. You keep doing what you're doing. Let him keep quick.
That was on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, the panic in the Murray corner there. That was a good shot. You just feel that Groves' reflexes are really sharp. You know, he's reacting to situations really well. You know, timing the right-hand counter, and that's what he hurt Murray. And Murray, really, if that had happened earlier in the round, see, this is the difference for me. The real quality shots, the punches you remember in a lot of the close rounds were delivered by Groves. I think he's really boxing well tonight.
Up off his stool early. Groves as well. Round 8. Can Groves build on what he did in the last few seconds of round 7? There's a real confident look about the way Groves is moving at the moment in that ring. With a right straight through the guard, and Murray is looking like he may not be able to take too much more of this. He's got to try and come back with something here, because Groves keeps breaking through the defences. Round the back with the right hand again. This is a really dangerous time for Murray, because Groves is firmly in control now.
He's being man who's stumbled. This looks as though it is just not there anymore. I wonder if the sign showed up in the gymnasium, but this is not the Martin Murray expected. But Groves is terrific at the moment.
And nearly 2 minutes of the round still to go. Groves continues to stalk Murray. And again, that defence of Martin Murray's, which is so sound, is getting breached more and more. Clever shots as well downstairs. He's picking some really nice shots here, Groves, as well.
I'm wondering what the weight difference is when the first bell sounded tonight. You know, you have the natural super middleweight against the middleweight coming up, but he really is in charge now. Groves doing as he pleases.
Yeah, and Murray's barely thrown a punch in this 8th round. The gulf between them is just getting wider and wider. And Groves continues just to bludgeon away. Right hand's getting through again. Murray trying to find a response. Toe-to-toe now, but it's Murray that's hurt again.
This is as good as I've seen George Groves in a long time. This really is. He's on fire here.
And Murray looks so unsteady. He's got not much left at all. It took a huge breather there.
If he gets to the bell, it wouldn't surprise me if he's pulled out. He's looking on empty.
Yeah, he's blowing hard. I think he's running out of gas. And Groves knows it. So much pride and willing from Murray, but that's all he seems to have at the moment. And as you say, just getting through to the bell would be an achievement. Groves has had his way with him in this round.
Well, this is without doubt the biggest round of the fight so far, and it's been all George Groves. Murray would need a knockdown here to turn this back in his favour, and he doesn't look to have the strength in his legs to deliver that.
We're getting outclassed here tonight by a superior and bigger super middleweight in George Groves, who looks anything but washed up. People were ready to write him off after Badu Jack last September. A couple of low-level wins earlier this year to help build him back up, and now in control against Martin Murray.
I mean, he's had a tough career, Murray. The Golovkin fight, moving into a higher division, taking bigger punches. Just but right from the off tonight, there seemed to be something missing. You know, he didn't set the pace we expected. Can he drag another performance out of himself?
Well, looking at your card, my card, what the guys are saying, Glenn, Carl, the only way Martin Murray wins this is with a stoppage now.
Well, he's found some fresh energy, at least. Is Groves taking a breather after the big round?
Well, he did put a big shift in that last round, didn't he, Jim? It's a fair point. And Murray was still standing at the end of it. But I'm not looking at any signs of fatigue from Groves. He's still very switched on, very focused, judging the range well, picking the shots, timing them nicely.
Well, I expected Groves to pick up to where he left off, because I didn't think Martin Murray had anything left, but he's found something, and he's really putting up an effort here. There's not enough zip in what Murray's doing, you know. It's just too ponderous to get close.
Lisi hasn't had a crisis to deal with in this round. But he's just not taking a lot out of Groves either. And that's what he's got to do if he's going to have any chance here. Just trying to work the body, attack the body a bit more here now, Murray.
Yeah, I think he's put in a shift here. He's found energy from somewhere, Murray, and Groves breathing with his mouth open at times. They're just kind of popping punches from Groves. There's no real snap behind those. I think he's looking forward to the end of this round. Groves just seemed to take a bit of a breather for a big part of this round.
Well, is that because he's just pacing himself? The legs went again, and Murray almost slipped to the floor.
No.
Right on the bell, Terry Connor said no, it wasn't.
He's
staggered back to his corner. Well, a real crisis there. That combination has rocked him after all that good work as well. He's lucky the bell went when it did. Well, that was it. Straight right hand, and look at the effect it had on Murray.
That might have knocked out of Murray what he has left, because he was in bad shape in the corner there.
Well, there was a conversation going on with Oliver Harrison and Frank Hopkins, the cut man there, suggesting they might even consider pulling him out. Not so, but it undid all that good work that he put in that 9th round. Groves again knows he can hurt Murray.
Yeah, I thought he did enough to win the 9th round, but I mean, a couple of punches then doesn't take it away from him, but what it's knocked out of him and what it's done to his confidence, you have to wonder.
And what did it do to George Groves' confidence, the knowledge that he can stun him like that? 3 rounds left, 2 after this one. Right hand lands from Groves once again.
He's been clever with these little chopping counters, Groves. He's timed them beautifully at times. Murray has fallen right onto them. You know, he's so relaxed. It's just the punches seem to be coming out of their own accord. Really lovely. Good stuff there from Murray.
Murray going for it here, big time. Can he make the breakthrough? Big solid right hand as Murray goes for broke here. This is the all or nothing charge from Murray. Amazing when you consider how spent he looked at the end of that last round. Massive right hand.
He has to throw everything he's got at Groves.
And Groves is looking uncomfortable. Still a minute and a half left. Can Murray pull this one around here? Really going for it. They're going crazy in his corner. Rocky Fielding's in there. Off his feet, off his chair rather, just urging Murray on, but has the chance passed?
Groves is right.
Something else. He's got another one through. Where's Murray finding this from, but has Groves regrouped? He's back on the front foot, the London man, and a big right hand just blasts through. And what will that do to Murray's confidence after he's just put so much in? And Groves has come back like that, and another solid right hand, and Murray's feeling it now. What a draining, grueling round this is.
Again, they look like different weight divisions, don't they? The way Groves thumps these punches home. I think Murray has used up what he had. Huge effort there. May still have done enough to win the round, but the points are no good to him now. He needs a stoppage, surely.
He's got to try and find a way to get Groves out of there. There's no way he wins this on the cards, surely. And he must know it. What a gutsy effort this is from Murray. When he looked like he was ready to be pulled out, he comes out with a round like that. You have to admire. Groves has 6 minutes just to keep himself together, because surely he has this on the scorecards. You just get the feeling there's some late drama brewing here. Good work again from Groves, and Murray again just looking a little bit unsteady on the legs.
So often Groves has just found the perfect time to come up with an exceptional punch.
And Murray can't find anything at the moment in this 11th round.
No, I think he's just used up so much steam in the previous round. Groves has got through it. Groves' legs are still looking strong. Well, at least this is much more like the Martin Murray that we expected to see. Maybe super middleweight is not his division, I don't know. Nice timing that right hand again, beautifully to Groves.
But in the left of the body there, Murray. Did it get a response? Did he hurt Groves with that body shot? He has poured everything into this. And I know both you and Glenn were wondering what was going on after 3 rounds with Martin Murray. You can't be wondering anymore. He's poured it all on the line tonight.
I still feel he needs a bit more method in what he's doing. You know, he's throwing himself at Groves. He's being caught with counters. Groves is keeping his boxing about him, keeping things tight. But this is the action we expected when this match was made.
Yeah, it's got better and better the longer it's gone on. It really has. And all those questions about Groves' stamina, he's answering them tonight. His chin, that suspect chin, nothing wrong with that. And Murray has pushed him as hard as he possibly can. But you just wonder if the loser of this one is 3 minutes away from retirement, because that's what's been talked about this week. The winner gets a shot at a world title. Where on earth does the loser go from here?
Well, I mean, Groves is certainly looking the fresher at this stage in the fight. Murray looks to have poured everything he has out. It's just his courage and his pride is keeping him going.
Bring Glenn McCrory back in. It was a bit of a slow burner, a bit disappointing maybe in those first 3 rounds, but these two have given it everything.
This was the only way he could win. Take him right to the end and try and grit it out.
Well, what do we have in these last 3 minutes? Groves ahead on the cards, but Murray so brave, so gutsy. Can he find something? Murray, Jim, if your card's to be believed, has to get the stoppage here.
Yeah, well, I think he gave Groves a start. I gave him the 9th and 10th round, but I thought Groves come back into things again. The 11th could have gone one way or the other, but however you score that on my card, he still needs the stoppage, and he's going for it.
Been a cracking fight. We thought it might steal the show, this one. It's just got better and better the longer it's gone on. Groves is trying to stay out of trouble. Murray trying to put the pressure on. But neither of them have got a lot left, have they? And the clock keeps ticking. Lovely body shot again from Groves, and he gets out of range again. Moving so well still here in this 12th round. Murray trying to make that a small ring. Martin Murray's got less than 90 seconds left.
He's just too wild now, Murray. It's just desperation now. He obviously knows he needs a knockout, but it's just desperation in these punches now.
There was a solid right hand landing from Murray there. But Groves has taken that well. So much for George Groves being chinny. So much for George Groves not able to get through a tough 12 rounds. He's a minute away from achieving that. And he's still looking strong and composed, getting out of the way there nicely. Good body shot in there as Murray. Oh, good shot! But then Groves gets him. And then he loses his balance. Groves just lost his balance there, just as Murray looked ready for the taking. They are both physically shattered.
You know, it just didn't have the energy there when he lost his balance to resume the attack. These guys have poured out every ounce that they have. Terrific stuff from Groves, terrific.
And it's Groves that is finishing this fight the stronger. Last 15 seconds, Murray wobbling again, but still brave, resilient, defiant to the very end. This one deserves a standing ovation. And that is exactly what they should get. It's Groves and his team celebrating. And I think everybody knows it, including Murray and his team. But take nothing away from either of these two. What a fight they served up. And this is where he had Murray in trouble. And that little chopping right hook. But then he put everything into it, lost his balance.
Yeah, and just didn't have the energy to resume the attack. But the huge punches that you remember all the way through the fight came from George Groves. I thought that was as good as I've seen George Groves in a long, long time. Maybe the best we've ever seen him. I said at the start of the fight, I felt he was more adaptable, and I think that was the difference between them today. I have it pretty wide. I have it 6 points. It could quite well be tight. The 10th round was, sorry, 11th round was close. You can see it tighter if you like, but for me, there's only one winner, and it was George Groves.
Yeah,
and I think the faces in the corner accept that.
I don't think there's going to be much disagreement with that. But Martin Murray put everything into it. But certainly the feeling is this is the man who moves on. Let's find out from our MC, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both of these warriors in the ring in this super middleweight contest here at the O2 Arena tonight. We go to the scorecards, and all three judges score the contest 118 to 110 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still WBA International Super Middleweight Champion from Hammersmith, London, England, the St. George
George Groves gets the decision. Martin Murray is getting an awful lot of respect from everybody in Groves' camp right now. Groves can move on. Groves has his dreams alive. Where on earth will Martin Murray go from here? It was always going to be that kind of...